Hiya. Have you ever wondered if you move out of your homeland and move to a different country, if you're going to be able to just have a clean slate, so to speak, as far as habits, lifestyle habits, or you think you're going to take them with you, or both, or what? So I'm here to share 5 of my habits, my English habits that I took to the USA when I moved there in 2004. Stay tuned. So, hi, I'm Steffi from across the pond and back. Today we're at Base Camp Cafe on the British Legion Village here in Aylesford, Kent. Beautiful area, stopping to have a nice break. Very welcome break actually. And I'm also enjoying a nice oat milk coffee latte. Cheers. It's pretty good. And I decided to have, English folks, a real English just made sausage roll. Oh, I'm looking forward to that. I don't actually eat those too much nowadays, but the freshly baked with the puff pastry, oh, you can't really beat it. It's really quintessentially English. So they're the kind of things that I miss if I wasn't here in the UK. But anyway, I digress. The number one habit I would say that I definitely took with me, not saying they're good or bad really, they're just habits. They're things that we grow up with in the UK, generally speaking, of course. I know there's differences in different areas of the country, but generally speaking, and number one, only saying hi to people that I knew. How pathetic. I'm talking about myself. It's an English habit that I think tends to be more in the south, but from what I've seen it's pretty much universal to different degrees. But I'd grown up with it. I had grown up in the south of England with you only talk to people that you know, or at least if you do say a quick hi, it's very quick and move on. So I'm sad to say that I took that with me to the United States. It took me a while to grow out of it as well, and I say grow out of it because I do think that it lacks the maturity of thinking. So while I understand that if you lived in England all your life or the UK, that's what you do, that's it. It is what it is. If you live in that country, that's what people tend to do. Unfortunately, if you go around saying hi and smiley face all the time, and you know, some people might think you're off on a rocker or something. So rather than being a positive thing over here, it tends to be more of a negative thing, and sometimes frowning thing. So I didn't tend to do it very much. I had grown up with don't talk to strangers anyway as a child. So all of that coupled with the cultural pressures really of not speaking to people unless you knew them. If you pass them again, you might say hi if you see them, if you've had some kind of reason, but otherwise no. So that's definitely something that I had to get used to. So many people over there. I'd be in the car with my husband, like say if we're going around the neighborhood to either pick up a friend or some other reason, and we were in an area where people knew us, and you'd have people, hey! I just wasn't used to that. I was not used to that, and a lot of these people I didn't even know personally. So my kind of stoic Englishness kicked in for a while there, and I had to, like I say, grow out of it. But I do think it's a positive thing. That's my opinion anyway. So my English habit of not saying hi to everyone unless I knew them definitely is right there in that list. Okay, next one. So walking too close to people. So I've noticed since I've been back in England and I've gone to Aldi or wherever I'm going shopping, shout out to Aldi because they are super good with their prices, love them. So you're in Aldi's, we were in there on Saturday, and tons of people, I mean tons, and just people with trolleys, people with pushchairs, strollers, you know, the lot. And it's hard not to get in people's way, really. And I get it. It's a smaller country, smaller premises, lots more people really per square mile probably than anywhere in the States, unless you're in a really heavily populated area in the States. But it's really a case of here it's a space thing, so people have got used to close proximity, so they can be coming right up, you know, right close. And when I went to the United States, I remember I was going there, had never left the country before, been to different places on holiday, of course, but never lived there. And I do think 100% that living in a country is vastly different from visiting, say, Orlando for 2 weeks. Yeah, we love Florida. No, you go and live there and see if you like it. That's what I say. But yeah, so getting too close to people. So when I was fresh out of England in Walmart, shout out to Walmart, because again, good prices, well, they used to be. Don't know what they're like now. Please, my American friends, let me know what the prices are like now since 2000 and whatever. You know, I left in 2023. So what about a price check there? But Walmart, I was in there with my hubby, and we'd have, say, the kids in the shopping trolley, whatever. And I would literally I'm used to walking straight past people. I don't bump into them, you know, and I wasn't rude, but he used to get quite annoyed with me at different times, you know, give them some space. So again, you can see that my poor American husband, he did have some different occasions when he needed some extra patience with me to teach me the American ways. So yeah, walking too close to people was definitely a thing with me. It was my natural body space in London especially. Wow, I mean, I live quite close to London here, about, you know, well, whatever miles away, and very close though, and you go up into anywhere that's closer than about 10 miles in, and you've got people everywhere. So you have to get used to walking straight past. You can't wait for a time. And while it's nice to be very civil and polite and let people go by, you'd be literally there all day if you did that, really. So you just have to push on past in a nice way, not offending anyone, would just go, you know. So over in the States, of course, it's a bigger place, much bigger place. Parking as well. Don't get me started on parking. That's probably another video right there. My parking experiences in the UK since I've become a seasoned US citizen, let me add, driver. So I've been spoiled with lots of space as I pull in. That's another subject there. You've got Walmart, you've got bigger aisles, you've got bigger aisles everywhere. And so, you know, if someone sees someone coming, it isn't an issue just to move a little bit over, give them some space. The potential for going into people, getting too close, is quite low. So, but it was literally an English habit that I was used to. And I think maybe some people might interpret that as rudeness, but it's a cultural thing. It's what we're used to in Europe, generally speaking, I would say. In other European countries, from what I've seen, you know, it's busy, it's smaller and busy. All right, so the next one, number 3, cooking. So when I left there, in my generation as well, it's probably different if you're younger because you've got used to, you know, more packaged food, prepared food, but I was still very much, as much as I could, make my own food, and I still am, but that's more for like health reasons. I like to know what's in my food. I've seen, you know, too much of what's going on with adding stuff into our food, so I try and make my own food, but I was especially hot on that when I went there. And when I was in the kitchen, I used to chop everything up. And I'm smiling because, again, my American husband used to come in frequently. He used to say, look, we've got a gadget for that, we've got a cutter for that, we've got this, we've got that for that. and he used to look around the kitchen and find whatever it was that was appropriate, you know, like a food processor or something. But I was there just methodically chopping up my onion with my eyes streaming, or just, it's just the way I'm used to it, and I actually prefer. By the time you hunt around in your cupboards for the gadgets and wash them up afterwards, I'd rather just get the good sharp knife out and ching, you know, chop up your onion or whatever, your veggies. But he, and then other people used to notice when we had friends round, you know, they used to see that I did everything by hand. So I was very much like, you know, old kitchen type of thing. So anyway, that was definitely a big thing that I took with me, coupled with, I didn't use gadgets, I used what I had in the drawer quickly, you know. So I didn't use a mechanical juicer, I used a hand juicer, things like that. Anyway, okay, driving on the left is obviously a big thing. If you're in the UK, that's what we do. If we drive on the right over here, we're in trouble with more than one person. So yeah, driving on the left and having to learn all about driving on the right. You've got habits that go with driving on the left. So driving on the left, you're naturally looking a certain way when you do a turn. When you're driving on the right, you've got to look completely the opposite way. And so I found that a little bit hard at first. It wasn't too long, but at first. So I'm just going to have some of my delicious oat milk latte. I recommend it, by the way. It's really good. If you're ever in Aylesford, Kent, come and pay him a visit. So we've got some beautiful sunshine now. Makes a change. But yeah, everything to do with driving on the left. There's probably more things that I can remember to share with you guys sometimes, but the driving, not too many mistakes, but there were a few. And I'm just so glad, thank God, that, you know, nothing really bad happened, but they could have a couple of the times. Anyway, so number 5, this is quite a short list today. This is part 1. Might end up doing part 2 and part 3, some English habits. But the other one that I was just going to list was not wasting anything. So in the US, sadly, that's one thing that they do actually do, isn't it? They tend to waste too much food. So slap on the wrist for the US there, but I think it's well known, and hopefully people who think about it would, you know, make an effort not to. But there's so many all you can eat places. There's a lot of waste. I remember feeling quite sad when we went to one of those buffet places, the first few times I'm talking about. After a while, remember, I got used to it and I just kind of accepted it. But in England, our thinking, even now I would say, when I grew up, and my sister can remember this, that we had to eat every pea on the plate, every chip, every little bit, you know, and then we put our knife and fork together like this on the side, neatly on the side of the plate. If we didn't get a pudding, a dessert. So we didn't waste anything, and even now, you know, with all their quite mature recycling systems that they have over here, almost everything has a place, even your rubbish. So you've got your food scraps, your plastic containers, your thin plastic stuff can go to Tesco, another shout out there. They do recycling with thin plastics, I believe. And then you've got chunky plastic, you've got paper and newspapers in a box, which goes with the recycling. So they don't even waste their rubbish too much. But yeah, wasting food is the main thing that I'm mentioning. So over there in the States, of course, that was something that I realized. And I'm going to put these on for a short while, so I don't get a headache. Hope you don't mind. Just to say cheerio, actually, really. So there's 5 quick points. Oh, that was amazing timing. I just put these on and then the sun went behind the clouds. That's a common occurrence. So thanks for watching today. I really value everyone who's subscribed, and please join the Across the Pond and Back community, especially if you'd like to learn more about my experiences as an expat in the USA. And I'm planning on doing a U-turn soon. That's going to be documented as my journey, some behind the scenes action going on there, the ups and downs. But anyway, I will look forward to seeing you in the next video. I have a number of really interesting videos, I think, on my expat experiences, so I will look forward to seeing you then. Cheerio!